Good evening, and apologies if you've tuned in hoping to see the exciting final moments of the European Masters Golf live from the Belfry. You can turn over to BBC4, although it's not showing there either. Budget cuts mean the BBC can't really afford golf anymore, and also the European Masters Golf isn't on at the moment. How could it be? I made it up. If you've tuned in expecting to see the exciting final moments of the European Masters Golf live from the Belfry, then I'm afraid you're living with a very slender grasp of what actually happens in the real world. So stay and watch the show. You'll be in good company. Quizzing tonight, on my right, Ian King, a fund manager who once told Bill Murray he looked just like Bill Murray. Tim Harrison, a communications consultant who was photographed as a fashion model for the Observer magazine. And their captain, Tim Hall, a classics graduate who fell asleep in the throne room of the British Embassy in Paris and was politely ejected the following morning. United by a soft spot for sleuths, they are the detectives. On the Only Connect road, you beat the theatricals and the Arrowheads. That's how you've come to be here. What have you been up to since we saw you last?
We had a thorough and comprehensive debrief and analysed our performance, by which I mean we went out to dinner and did a pub quiz.
Lovely. Tonight you are facing, on my left, Frank Paul, an artist and pub quiz host who dreamt last night that he'd devised a set of Hungarian cryptic crossword clues. Tom Rowell, a teaching assistant who shared an awkward supper with an actor from Coronation Street. And their captain, Lydia Misen, an American Studies graduate who enjoys listening to the shipping forecast. United by a love of locked rooms, they are the Escapologists. Now, you've had a slightly longer journey because you lost your opening heat to the Eco Warriors, but you came back in the Lucky Losers round and you beat the Cricketers and the Dandies. How competitive are you feeling tonight?
Increasingly as the series goes on.
Excellent. Well, you didn't win the toss, I'm afraid. That went to you detectives, so you'll be going first. Please choose an Egyptian hieroglyph.
Twisted flax, please.
The twisted flax. What is the connection between these apparently random clues? Here's the first.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it apart from that. Next, please. Is it people who've moved across the city to play for both sides?
Could be, yes. I would go for that.
Should we drink one more to be safe? Might be more obvious one.
Go on then.
Next, please. Yeah, because he's played both sides. It's footballers who've played for crosstown rivals.
Very well done. Who do you think we would have had in fourth place?
Dennis Law.
Dennis Law is what we had for Manchester. Yes, which teams did these players play for?
Dennis Law played for City and United, Beardsley for Liverpool and Everton, Zlatan for AC Milan and Inter, and Alfie Conn presumably Rangers and Celtic.
That's right. They all played for both of their cities' leading teams. Escapologists, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. You're going to be seeing picture clues. Something connects them. What is it? The first one coming in now.
Tortillas, aren't they? Oh, maybe they're
Poppletons?
They might be poppletons, actually. The surroundings look Indian.
Next. That's Tory spelling.
Is it? Okay. Our autobiography is called Storytelling, I think.
That's great. That's a good fact.
Well, I'd all start with Tor, I guess, but...
Okay.
But
so
maybe
the
there's...
next one.
Yeah.
Next. That's a
String
trio. That's okay. Does it mean something? Does it tortilla and... Next. That's a riot.
2 seconds.
Oh, they're anagrams, Tory and Riot.
Oh, yeah, they're all...
Trio. They're anagrams of each other.
They are anagrams of each other. You recognise Tory, Trio and Riot. So what do you think's in the first clue?
First one is roti, I think.
Roti, Indian flatbread. Good Tory spelling knowledge, by the way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Is it you, Frank, who said her autobiography is storytelling?
I think it's called Storytelling. It's certainly some pun on her name. I think it's Storytelling.
You haven't read it?
No, I have not.
I'd really like to. I definitely will be reading it now. Very well done. They're all anagrams of each other. Back to you, detectives, for a choice.
Can we have Eye of Horus, please?
You certainly can.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you still want it?
No.
It's the music question. You'll be hearing your clues. What do they have in common? Here's the first.
Is that Bread of Heaven? No.
It's not Bread of Heaven.
Do you know anything about this?
Go on, move on.
Next, please. That's the Green Grass of Homes. Just take another one.
Yeah, you got to.
Next, please. I have no idea what this is.
I've heard it. Yeah, don't know.
Go on, next. Next, please.
When I was just a baby,
That's Johnny Cash. Forgot the line, Fools and Brews.
2 seconds.
Are they about prison?
Is it to do with prisons?
It's to do with prisons. That's absolutely right. You knew that, Tim. What songs did you recognise?
Fools and Prison Blues, and that was it.
Green, green grass of home.
The Green Green Grass of Home, that's
There's a man
right.
coming back from prison.
Yes.
Well, he isn't really, so he's in prison. These songs are all sung in theory by prisoners who are still in prison, so he's dreaming about going home, seeing his sweetheart. Did you recognise any of the others?
No.
No?
The third one sounded like it might have been from a musical.
Yes, from Les Miserables, Look Down,
Okay.
sung by prisoners at the start of that, and the Prisoners' Chorus, that's from Fidelio. All songs in prisons. Well done. Escapologists, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Okay. Next.
Yeah, I mean, there are sort of conditions where you can't remember, but I don't know that.
Next. Abstract
Images. So words, names and faces. Abstract images. They're not tests, because abstract images, you sort of use them to test something.
Next.
Yeah, I think so.
Next.
You have to pick one out from... I don't know why.
2 seconds.
Are they tests where you have to pick one? That's really bad.
They are not tests where you have to pick one, so there's a bonus chance for you, detectives.
We're thinking, are they things that people have to do in the World Memory Championships?
That's exactly what it is. And you were very close, because you said there are conditions where people can't remember things. There are also conditions where people can remember things. And great memory people in the World Memory Championships, they demonstrate these things. I mean, names and faces. God help us, I could do about 3. So well done, you get the bonus and you get a choice.
A lion, please.
Lion. OK, what's the connection? Here's the first clue.
Next, please. To the theatre. Possibly. Next, please. That's Mexican music, so that's...
Are they things that are not from that country, but which are supposed
Should
to
we
be
get more of
national? I think go for the
Next, please. Things which are associated with a country from which they didn't originate.
Very nice idea. Completely wrong. A bonus chance for you, Escapologists.
We think they are trilogies.
They are trilogies. What did you recognise?
The Edgar Wright Cornetto trilogy.
Each of their 3 films, Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz and The World's End, has a moment where a character buys a cornetto. Red Curtain, do you know what that is?
It's Baz Luhrmann, isn't
That's
it?
right. Mariachi, that's Robert Rodriguez, and his style of filmmaking, he said, the essence of it is that creativity, not money, is used to address the problems. Very much like the BBC in that respect. And 3 colours, you don't know that one?
That's red, white and blue, the French, Polish...
That's right, Krzysztof
Trilogy.
Kieslowski. And yes, it's the colours of the French flag is what that trilogy title is all about. So well done, you get the bonus and you get the last question of the round, the Horn Viper. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next.
Duke of Grafton was Prime Minister, but I don't know who really is.
It might, yeah, so they might be the mothers of one, maybe. I mean, that's too easy.
Yeah.
Next. Duke of Monmouth was a Prime Minister, wasn't he?
Maybe.
Should we get the last one?
Yeah, I think,
What are we going to say? Last one. It's going to be any different from what we said. Okay.
Next. No wings. Was she the mistress of something?
2 seconds.
Are these the illegitimate children of the bottom ones are the illegitimate children of the ones at the top?
I need to hear one more thing.
their fathers were monarchs, kings, royals.
I'm going to give it to you, for goodness sake. Nobody can go out in this match. I will give it to you. Specifically, the King...
Charles II.
Charles II. Yes. These people are the illegitimate children of kings, or rather, specifically one king, Charles II, and their mother is the mistress at the top. Nell Gwynn, you surely know, is the mistress of Charles II.
That's how we got the mistress bit. That's the only thing we knew.
Yes, she was a great rival of Louise de Querouaille, but Louise de Querouaille was Catholic, and there's a story that when an angry mob were hurling things at her carriage, Nell Gwynn shouted out of the window, "Good people, I'm the Protestant whore." All mistresses and illegitimate children of royalty, specifically King Charles II. That means at the end of round 1, the Escapologists have 3 points, the detectives have 4. Sequences now, one thing following another, like children after you meet King Charles II. Detectives, you'll be going first again. Which question would you like?
Can we have 2 reads, please?
I don't see why not. You'll be seeing the first in a sequence of picture clues. What sort of thing would you expect to see in the 4th picture? Your time starts now.
Okay. Next. That's Bennett. Brown Bennett. Is it Gordon Bennett? Is it the Order of Merit? Next, please. Oh, hello.
2 seconds. No, that's it. The time's run out. Escapologists, do you want to have a go for a bonus?
A picture of Scott Mills?
It is absolutely a picture of Scott Mills. And why is that?
They are the Tracy brothers from Thunderbirds in Age Order. Okay,
Thunderbird
just the
Order.
Oh, in Thunderbird Order.
Yeah.
It is those pilots. I don't know if it's age order. The Thunderbird pilots, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gordon, that's Gordon Brown. Alan Bennett. And, of course, Virgil. It's the Aeneid in the background there of the statue. And we want to hear Scott. Very well done. You get the bonus and your chance to choose.
Water, please.
Water. OK. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
It's not, I don't know. I mean, there's Cheryl Fernandez Versini, but I mean,
Next. 3 years again.
they might be the most common names in Spain or Spanish-speaking countries, but I can't remember what the most.
Should we go next?
Hernandez is common, but
Next. I think you might be right.
it might be Hernandez.
Should we try that? I mean, what's
That big usually
Costa?
I
Are they definitely what
I
it is?
have seen Hernandez as one of the most common, but I don't know. I don't. Yeah, I haven't backed on it.
Hernandez?
No, it isn't.
Oh, sorry.
Would you like to have a go for a bonus?
Is it Garcia?
Yes, it is. I'm slightly disappointed because what I hoped to do was go backwards and forwards shouting Spanish names until somebody got the right one. You knew the sequence, which is
Yeah.
the 4 most common Spanish surnames in Spain and the most common Garcia. Very well done. You get the bonus that time. And what would you like for a question?
Can we have Twisted Flax, please?
Yes, you can. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next, please. One. I can't see the colours. You're going to have to. Next, please.
Two seconds.
One Stansted,
And why would that be?
because it's an airport.
Well, I will accept one Stansted because it's an acceptable answer, though you haven't got the sequence. I'd have preferred one Cardiff.
Obviously.
But Stansted is an acceptable answer. Do you know why?
We think it might be the number of runways.
It's not.
Oh, okay.
It's the number of terminals. Now, this is very mean because you may have flown from Terminal 5. That's one of 4 terminals. Terminal 1 closed in 2015. Now they have only 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are 4 terminals at Heathrow, 3 at Manchester, 2 at Gatwick. And I wanted to hear somewhere that has 1 terminal. Lovely Cardiff. But you wouldn't know that because why would anyone want to leave Cardiff? Why would you go to the airport even? You'd simply stay for as long as you could. But you get the point. Escapologists, what would you like?
Lion, please.
Lion. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Okay. Next. It was the year. It was
Oh, yeah.
6th in 1963 or something, which was very late for me from the poem,
Okay.
isn't it?
It may well be. So was it 64, the marriage of
Oh, I
Birthday?
don't know. Should we say that?
So in recent things,
Is that-
66. So it'll be when we were like
Should we do that?
Yeah, go for it.
England winning the World Cup?
Is an acceptable answer. We went with Harold Wilson winning a general election. And why is that?
Something happening in 63, 64, 65, 66. The poem Sex began in 1963, which was really very late for me or something.
Yeah, that's right. The Larkin sexual intercourse began in 1963, which was rather late for me, between the end of the Chatterley Ban and the Beatles' first LP. And the first marriage of Richard Burton and Elizabeth Taylor, 64. Then we're going 65. And something that happened in 1966. Harold Wilson wins a snap election. Or England winning the football. Well done. Back to you, detectives. What would you like?
Horned Viper, please.
The Horned Viper. What will come forth in this sequence is the first.
Next. Next. Is that possible combinations, or is it doesn't give letters? Or... Can you see anything?
2 seconds.
41 equals 17.
I'm afraid that's not a sequence. Escapologists, do you want to have a go?
Nominate Tom.
It's 41 equals 1.
No, it's not.
No, it's 41 equals 4.
41 equals 4.
But yes, it is that. But unfortunately, the first answer you gave was 41 equals 1. What is the sequence?
It's the first number to the power of the next number equals the answer, which I should have got because I'm a maths teacher, and I didn't get it.
You see, that's absolutely right. It's not about the whole number, it's about the two numbers. So you'll see the first number in each case, it goes 1, 2, 3. The second number goes 4, 3, 2. So you want 4 and 1, and then it's powers. We've left off the power symbol and the superscript, so 1 to the power of 4 is 1, 2 to the power of 3 is 8, 3 to the power of 2 is 9. We want to hear 4 to the power of 1 is 4. Now, were you thinking, I'm sure your students would want me to grill you on this, were you thinking 4 to the power of 1 is 1? Or were you doing a different calculation?
No, I was thinking. I was thinking, is it 1 or is it 4? I can't remember. I always forget that one.
What is the age of your pupils?
They're all GCSE age.
Oh, that's fine. They can do it by themselves. By then, they don't even need advice. You may have the last question of the round, the Eye of Horus. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. Middle executive. Is this to do with abbreviations, acronyms?
I don't know what the sequence will be if it is, but...
Next. Memory address register. Oh dear. Do we know anything?
They're not, because there's... No. I was thinking RAM is read-only memory, but that's nothing to do with it.
Jan. Oh, it's Jan, February.
It could be FedEx, but no, that's... Oh, no.
I know what it is.
Okay. Oh, yes, of course.
Automatic plate recognition.
Well, everybody is very familiar with that phrase. I mean, a slightly more common one is annual percentage rate.
Yes.
And why is this? What's the sequence?
They are acronyms that spell out the month, so Jan, Feb, Mar, APR.
That's exactly it. You can abbreviate Joint Army Navy to Jan, and if you look downwards on the other clues, Feb, Mar, and we want something that will go APR for April. Well done. That means at the end of round 2, the detectives have 7 points, the escapologists have 9. Onwards to the connecting wall, and escapologists, you'll be the first to try scaling it. Would you like lion or water?
Water, please.
The water wall. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Okay, so it's P. Diddy.
Kip Thorne is a physicist, but...
Okay.
don't know what...
Okay, so that was chicken.
If it's Parky, it's cold.
Oh, yeah.
It's chicken.
Biting, isn't it? Called?
Yeah,
What's
That's chicken, I think.
Okay, what else
Yeah.
is chicken? Frank, you're a linguist. Right? So it's like... Okay, what? Do other things for Chris. Cold.
You can have also Skip, Sparky.
Yeah. What else is cold? Okay.
Try the chicken in there.
Chicken. Okay, what else have we got?
Second is
There could
chicken and-
be.
Gambo, Frango, I don't know. Kip sounds a bit chickeny.
It does, doesn't it? Okay, so we've got. Okay. Oh yes, it's Diddy, Grimmy. Oh, this is no good at all. Parky.
Yeah, the one ending in O, something Gambaccini. Or Gambaccini might be
yeah,
Gambo.
maybe.
He's not. Oh, he's a DJ, isn't he?
Parky.
He's not really, is he?
No, not really. Okay, we need to get some thoughts. Okay, so you get. Oh no.
Gambo, maybe Kip as a DJ, I don't know. I think nicknames of...
Okay, let's move on from DJs because we don't have any. Okay, so we've got words for cold.
There's Franco around here.
What is that?
I have no idea.
Okay, don't panic. We've got what about dinner? Dinner plate, chicken dinner, dinner guest.
30 seconds.
Okay.
Got Chris Hume, but it's not spelled like that.
Okay, we've got Apollo.
Apollo, yeah.
So it could be
Could
gods
be.
with one letter taken off, but I don't know if there are any
I don't
others.
think that works for anybody else.
No.
This is terrible
We should-
news.
I don't know, just put something in quickly.
10 seconds.
Balso Snell in a Nathaniel West novel,
Okay.
but I don't know.
That's it. The time's up.
Oh, no.
What a horrible wall. The difficulty does go up at the quarterfinals. A nasty
dear me.
thing indeed. Let's have a look at how it should have been. There we go. Can you give me points for the connections? Hoon, kip, poulet, frango.
Chicken?
That is chicken, yes. Kip is chicken in Dutch, hoon in German. Frango is apparently chicken in Portuguese. Green, grimmy, copping, dinner, polo.
So you can remove one of the double letters to make a new word.
Yes, you can. Grimy, coping, diner, polo. Well spotted at this point. And the next group, deadly, parky, diddy, gambo.
Are they?
They're all nicknames for DJs.
They are. Nicknames for BBC radio presenters. Alan Dedicoat, Deadly, he retired in 2015. You might know him as the voice of the balls on the lottery. Parky, Michael Parkinson was a radio presenter for many years. Diddy, David Hamilton. And Gambo, Paul Gambaccini, as I think you mentioned. And the turquoise group, biting, crisp, snell, rhymy.
They might be synonyms for cold.
They all mean cold. Snell, a Scottish word for bitterly cold. So no groups, but all the connections. That is 4 points. Let's bring in their opponents now, give them the other connecting wall, see what they can do. You'll be getting the lion wall because water's been taken. You have 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Okay, there's cocktails. Yeah. Salty dark. Festival, kamikaze. What else is a cocktail? Bulldog. Alcove is part of a building.
That's so engineer. How do you know that?
No, it sounds like it's a hormone or something, doesn't it?
There's nothing else that can tell that.
Lysla's needs nothing.
No. Bisley, does that mean anything? Flower show, shooting championship. No, that's Bisley. No. Golf. Vesper's definitely a cocktail. Screwdriver's definitely a cocktail. Lucky things. Anything else that can anything like that?
Kamikaze is a Japanese word. It's divine wind.
Yeah.
Horseshoe falls. Any other falls?
What about screwdriver, not a cocktail? Vesper, kamikaze,
And
bull doctor. What's it? They're doing it. Yeah.
we'll keep looking at other things.
So was it screwdriver, horseshoe? Oh, there's Stately House. British Bulldog. Is a horseshoe a cocktail? What about the ones that we don't know? So
That's got lake in it. That's got sea in it. That's got a cove in it.
River.
10 seconds.
What about?
That's it, the time's up. But you found a group, which, let me tell you, can be hard to do. What about the connections? Screwdriver, Chelsea, Flake, Alcove.
They've all got bodies of water hidden in them.
That's right, bodies of water just at the end of the words there, river, sea, lake, cove. And you can still get points for the connections in the groups you didn't find. So let's resolve the wall. There we go. Cardiff, Chatsworth, Rosemore, Wisley.
Any ideas?
Stately homes.
No, they are flower shows. Royal Horticultural Society flower shows, RHS Wisley, and so on. And the next group, Salty Dog, Kamikaze, Cape Cod, Vesper.
They're all cocktails.
They are cocktails. They're vodka cocktails, but I won't make you be more specific on this horrible wall. And the last group, Seratine, Lysla's, Horseshoe, Bulldog.
Are they all clips?
They are not. They're bats. As in flap flap in the moonlight type of bats. They're all bats. What a nasty wall. But well done for finding a group. And you also got 2 connection points. That's a total of 3. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The detectives have 10 points. The escapologists have 13. So everyone's relieved as you find out that the other team didn't solve the wall either. We're now going to play the missing vowels round, so fingers on buzzers teams. I can tell you that the first group are all the same but different. Escapologists?
Doppelgangers.
Correct. Escapologists?
Identical twins.
Yes, it is. Escapologists?
Mirror image.
Yes, it is. Detectives?
Allotropes.
Correct. Next category, inflammations and the areas they affect. Detectives?
Hepatitis and liver.
Lovely. Escapologists?
Nephritis and kidney.
Delightful. Detectives?
Sinusitis and nose.
I'm afraid that's not it. Escapologists, do you know?
Sinusitis and sinus.
That's right, there's an S that doesn't work in yours. Last clue. Escapologists?
Arthritis and joints.
My personal favourite. Next category, hyphenated English towns. Detectives?
Weston-super-Mare.
Correct. Escapologists?
Ashton-under-Lyne.
Yes, it is. Escapologists?
Stowe-on-the-Wold.
Correct. Escapologists?
Chester-le-Street.
Correct. Next category, operas and their composers. Escapologists?
The Magic Flute and Mozart.
Correct. No time to tell me the answer. What would you have said?
Fidelio and Beethoven.
Oh, you know it now. We had it earlier in the show. That's absolutely right. But too late for the bell. It's the end of the quiz, and I can tell you that the winners and through to the next round with 23 points are the Escapologists. Very well done. Finishing in second place with 12 is the Detectives, but of course you're not out via our new incomprehensible system where the quarterfinals go on and on for at least 23 episodes. So well done to you, and that is the end of the show. Night-night if you're going to bed, bye-bye. Morning if you're just getting up, we don't presume. Bonsoir if you run a restaurant. Giddy up if you're a horse. And if you haven't paid your TV licence.